Uniting Western science and Eastern art by fulfilling unparalleled talent with unparalleled effort. Gaolang Wongsawat became the greatest striker to ever live. Originating in the West, boxing is called the sweet science because, like a scientist, boxers use their fists to observe and question their subjects, to create and revise hypotheses, and to discover conclusions which achieve victory. To a boxer, the results mean everything because winning or losing means life or death. Originating in the East, Muay Thai is called the art of 8 limbs because, like an artist, Thai fighters use their fists, elbows, knees, and shins as tools to express themselves by using their style to scribble, blend, stipple, and underpaint their subjects into works of art. To a Thai fighter, fighting is a way of life because win or lose, it's an honor to fight. Martial arts are as effective as the person using it, so driven to succeed for the sake of His Highness and seeking to fight a worthy opponent. How strong is Gaolang? The essence of boxing is to hit and not get hit. As a result, the jab is the most important punch in boxing. The jab is the fastest punch because it requires very minimal effort and movement. So, the jab can be used in any position to land attacks without getting hit because it doesn't leave the user open to attacks and allows them to move freely around the ring, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Although the jab is not the most powerful punch in boxing, it can set up more powerful attacks.
The old saying is, the right hand can take you around the block, but a good jab will take you around the world.
If a boxer can land their jab, they're in range to land stronger punches like straights and hooks. So, the jab can reveal a boxer's defense because they will anticipate stronger attacks and prepare counters. Against professional boxers, these fundamentals make a big difference. When Olympic gold medalist and former boxing heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua fought former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, Joshua's jab to the body brought out Ngannou's counter left hook and exposed center. After finding his range with the jab, Joshua exploited the hole in Ngannou's defense by unleashing his right hand. Inexperienced in the ring, Ngannou wasn't aware of the fundamentals behind Joshua's game. Despite his punching power and unbreakable chin, my glorious king never belonged in the ring. In Kengan, Gaolang puts these fundamentals into practice. The flash is a barrage of flicker jabs used to fight at a distance and set up stronger attacks. Perfected by Thomas the Hitman Hearns, the flicker is a jab thrown elbow first from a low lead hand. Thanks to its unique form, the flicker jab can be used to target various parts of the body because it can be thrown from more angles. As a result, the flicker jab can be thrown multiple times without becoming predictable and can create more openings for stronger attacks because by having more targets, it is harder to know where to defend. When Gaolang fought Kaneda Suikichi, he used his flash to keep his distance and target different parts of his body to throw off his defense and land more powerful body shots. When Gaolang fought Kano Agito, the flash was less effective because Agito had a larger reach. So, Gaolang had fewer targets to attack. But, trying to beat Gaolang at his own game, Agito shared his weakness. By having a low lead hand, the face is exposed to attacks. But when Agito was about to exploit this opening, Gaolang parried Agito's right hand with his shoulder and used the same opening to land an overhand. To defend against attacks, boxers can move their head away from them, block it with their arms, and parry it with their shoulders. So, Gaolang succeeded where Agito failed because his defense was better. Following the counter, Gaolang used his flash to raise Agito's guard by targeting his head. Raising his guard to defend against the flash, Agito left his body exposed to stronger attacks. Gaolang is a great representation of boxing, but when compared to the real thing, Gaolang's mastery of boxing is exaggerated because he's a fictional character in Kengan. Guiding his opponent to a movement of his choosing by eliminating all of their options, Gaolang can land stronger attacks without using the jab and can transform an anything goes contest into a boxing match by circling around kicks to stop them before they happen and slipping into positions where the only attack his opponent can use is a punch. Returning back to his usual stance, the audience noticed how Agito continued to try and box with Gaolang. But Okubo Naoya disagrees. In the following chapter, Gaolang circles around Agito's kick, leaving Agito with 3 options to consider. But Agito knows all of them would fail. Throwing a punch as his last resort, Agito was just a move behind Gaolang because he gave his opponent the outcome he wanted. So when Okubo says he has sealed off everything but boxing, he is referring to Gaolang because he sealed off every other technique besides boxing techniques. In Kengan, foresight is the ability to predict an opponent's next move. To practice foresight, a martial artist uses movements like sifting eye lines and breathing, the contraction of muscles and tendons, and their center of gravity to infer their opponent's next move. Pre-initiative is a type of foresight used to counter the opponent before they move by reading their inception of intent. To read the inception of intent, a martial artist uses their whole body to feel their opponent's movements and find their intent. When Gaolang fought Carlos Medel, he overcame Medel's pre-initiative by striking quicker than the opponent's predictions. How? When Gaolang fought Arashiyama Jiroda, he used his jab to hide his true speed by intentionally slowing down the speed of his flash. But 2 years after facing Medel, Gaolang became fast enough to strike his opponent before they can read his inception of intent. Having mastered the art of 8 limbs at a young age, Gaolang made the switch to boxing because Muay Thai dismisses the use of boxing techniques. The traditional Muay Thai stance has the arms raised high and the hips facing the opponent. By keeping the arms high, the head is protected from strikes and the hands are ready to parry, grab, and clinch. So boxing becomes harder because it can be punished by leaving openings for the opponent to catch dominant positions in the clinch where they can throw knees or do sweeps. By having the hips face the opponent, the knee faces the outside and can be used to check low kicks. When Muay Thai champion Chung Puik Kiat Songrit fought American kickboxer Rick Rufus, he used low kicks to rob Rufus of his mobility and destroy his legs. Unable to defend against low kicks, Rufus was knocked down and had to forfeit because he couldn't get back to his feet. The use of the clinch and the threat of low kicks have defined Muay Thai as a martial art, but Muay Thai borrows the same punching techniques from boxing. When Muay Thai world champion Rodtang Jitmuangnon fought British Jacob Smith. He used his punching combinations to close distance and draw out Smith's guard. Extending his lead hand to create distance, Smith's left was exposed to attacks. So Rodtang used hooks to land attacks around Smith's lead hand, and used his opponent's defense against him by grabbing his lead hand to throw elbows. There is a place for boxing in Muay Thai, but its place is very limited. When Rodtang fought Muay Thai and kickboxing champion Superlek Kyatmo 9, his boxing was neutralized by Superlek's high guard, so Rodtang used elbows to get past his guard and slice him open. In the next round, Rodtang could not unleash his fists or elbows because of Superlek's clinch, and his knees knocked him down. In the final round, Rodtang used sweeps and elbows to punish Superlek's clinch, but Superlek's knee strikes had enough of an impact to win the final round and the match as a whole. In Muay Thai, punches are harder to use because of the high guard and the clinch. So more elbows, knees, and kicks are used because elbows can go past the high guard, knees can be used in the clinch, and kicks can be used from a larger distance. When Gaolang used his Muay Thai against Ajito, the audience thought he had given up on boxing, but Katara Matsudo and Yorizuka Sawpang disagreed. Combining his mastery of boxing and Muay Thai, Gaolang emulates the movements of Muay Thai while making heavy use of boxing combinations. So Gaolang's style is built around his fists. Although his feet are a sub-weapon, Gaolang uses them to break his opponent's limbs. After forcing his opponent to block with his boxing combinations, Gaolang uses low kicks to target their legs and head kicks to target their arms. After Gaolang neutralized Ajito's guard by seemingly breaking his arm, he used elbows to try and finish the match. As a striking specialist who stands at the pinnacle of all strikers, Gaolang avoids grappling because it's his greatest weakness. Against Canada, Gaolang didn't resist his opponent's lever throw until he created a stable foundation to throw strikes and get back to his feet. When Gaolang wasn't able to create a stable foundation, he resisted Canada's armbar by striking from an unstable posture. But against a top-class grappler like Ajito, Gaolang had to emulate his Muay Thai. When Ajito tried a takedown to bring the fight to the ground, Gaolang used a knee to punish it. In Muay Thai, the teep is a front kick used to punish an aggressive opponent by pushing them back. So when Ajito tried to grab a hold of him, Gaolang used the teep to push him away. Gaolang is not the best representation of Muay Thai. By concentrating on his fists, Gaolang neglects his elbows, knees, and kicks. So Gaolang can't practice Muay Thai to its fullest because he doesn't give all 8 limbs the same amount of attention. But Gaolang's combination of boxing and Muay Thai is supposed to surpass it because it represents the acme of his striking prowess and his commitment to being the sword of King Rama XIII. In Muay Thai, the Sinjar conditioned to grow stronger by kicking a heavy bag. So after Gaolang received a career-ending injury to his right hand, his commitment to his majesty drove him to create a stronger fist by using a similar method. With his unbreakable right hand, Gaolang unleashes God Glow, the strongest strike in his possession. When throwing a finishing move, a fighter's focus is exclusively on their attack because they want to make sure their attack finishes the fight. So when Gaolang throws God Glow, he gives his opponent an opening to attack because he is too focused on landing his own attack to defend against any counters. waiting for Gaolang to give him an opening by throwing God Glow. Giroda tried to land a stronger throw by using the speed of his opponent's finishing move against him. But reading a step further, Gaolang used God Glow as bait to draw out Giroda's attack and exploit the same opening in his defense with a knee powered by the combined speed of his finishing move and his opponent's throw. Although Gaolang defeated Giroda, he had to put himself in a position where he could have lost because he had no other choice. Against opponents who are physically weaker than him, Gaolang doesn't have to risk using God Glow because he could break their limbs first and land his finishing move when they can't use the opening in his defense. But against tougher competition, Gaolang has to put himself at risk of getting hit because he can't defeat them without putting himself in danger. So if Gaolang mastered his kicks and transformed them into finishing moves, he could safely finish his opponents from a distance because kicks have a larger range than punches, and the human leg is 3 times more powerful than the arm. Gaolang is a great striker, but Gaolang still has the potential to become even greater.